Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Jeff Releford, and I thank you for joining me on the Jeff Releford Show. Because listen, you could have been doing anything else today, right? But you chose on your way home from work, or if you just at home chilling, to tune in to the Jeff Releford Show. Now, real quick, I want to say this to you. Go ahead, tell your friends and family to download the online radio box app to your Android or your Apple device. So that way you can go ahead and listen to us on the go. And what you do is from there, you type in Biggs Radio Chicago. Okay? Biggs Radio Chicago. And also listen to our sister stations in Indianapolis, Indiana, Pasadena, California, Atlanta, Georgia. And once again, you are kicking it with Jeff Releford on the Jeff Releford Show on Biggs Radio Chicago, the voice of a new generation. Let's go. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, on another episode on the Jeff Releford Show, baby. How is everybody doing on this Monday? Now, it's hot. I got to tell y'all, it is hot as ever out here. I would have several choice words for this heat and humidity that we have had for the past 2 days. Okay? 2 days. But since we on radio, I got to keep it clean, everybody. So I ain't going to wild out, act a fool. But yes, y'all, how's everybody on this Monday, yo? And happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers. Yes, come on. Can we give a good hand clap for the dads out there, the good dads that's out there doing it down? And for those father figures out there, you know, if y'all had the time to go out, do something, if you receive more than just socks, you know, go ahead, show or socks or ties, some pants, some shoes or something. You know, let's show love to the men. You know, let's not, like, we don't reduce it to just Mother's Day for the mothers. You know, we try to show love and appreciation for the mothers all year round. Let's do the same for the dads, you know. Let's not reduce it down to just one day. Let's show that love and appreciation 24/7. So big ups to the dad. And also shout out to my father as well. You know, your two sons, we out here trying to get some stuff done out here. We're doing an amazing job. We hope you noticed that, Dad. Hope you're looking at it. But y'all, listen, man, y'all know how we do, man. I have to start off with these announcements first. But I have to make this announcement. Okay, now y'all look into the camera when we talk about this, okay? Because this is very important and imperative. For the month of June, we have been doing something called the $20 Holla, okay, for Biggs Radio. So all you got to do is this. To receive $20, okay, all you have to do is go on the Biggs Radio Facebook page and comment. And just jazz it up a little bit. Now, see, this is me adding it in. We'll take the comment and let me know that you commented, okay, on the Biggs Radio page. Jeff Releford, let me know that you commented. And put a picture in there just to jazz it up a little bit if you want. If you don't, it's fine either. It's fine too. But if you comment on the Biggs Radio page, you will enter in to win $20, okay? And I will announce that next week on the show. All you got to do is just give me some information about your Cash App, all that other stuff, and we will make sure you win $20, okay? Now, I have it scrolling here at the bottom of the screen, $20 holla. Come get this money with Biggs Radio. I done just laid it out for you. So y'all go ahead and make that happen. Oh, look at that. We got some people coming. Hey, Nikki, what's going on? Okay. Oh, look at that. And we already got a person right now. Look at that. Done. Let me tap in. Go ahead, Nikki. Nikki go in and win that $20. Are you? I'm just letting y'all know. It's out there. Biggs Radio is giving out money, baby. So I have to let y'all know that. And I will let y'all know that again in the middle of the show when we go ahead and take our break and our transition and everything. So y'all know how it is, people. That's the first announcement on the list. But I just have to let y'all know where we coming from, people. We are at the Vibe Studios here at 2075 Rush Place in Lake Station, Indiana. It consists of Ryan Reader, the VNO, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, which is myself, Smooch Wallace. Who is Smooch Wallace? If you don't know him, baby, please get to know him. And Mary Selena K of Rock Truth Radio, man. People, listen, what we do is we'll produce your podcast, we will produce your radio show, and we will give you quality. Because that's what we get out this studio. We get quality. And if you need us on the run too, on the go, we can bring the equipment there and we can go ahead and set something up and get you moving too. So y'all tap in, ask us for more information about that, and we will definitely get you set up and hooked up out here. All right. And also, y'all know what Mondays is, people. Come on, man. Y'all know what it is. Just because it's hot outside, Biggs Radio Monday Night Motivation does not stop, people. It don't stop. Okay. We got myself on the Jeff Releford Show from 5 to 6 p.m. Mixtape Monday with Julian St. Chris from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then we rounded off with Miss Dinah Lynn Biggs from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So please, y'all continue to tap in, man. It's a good thing we got going in here, yo. And this is a mix between Biggs Radio Chicago and Biggs Radio Indianapolis and everything like that, because I'm not syndicated. So y'all gonna listen to me on Chicago, baby. That's what it is. So you got to catch me on Biggs Radio Chicago. But, you know, you can catch Dinah Lynn Biggs on all the platforms. I believe Julian on all the platforms as well. And also, if you have any music or, any music that you will want to be played, because we just don't do talk radio, people. I say this all the time. We just don't do talk radio. We have DJs on here as well. Y'all can go ahead and email biggsradio@gmail.com, and also give us a call at 773-462-4447. Y'all go ahead and do that. And also, everything you need to know about Biggs Radio is on www.biggsradio.com. So if you want to get to know a little bit more about, the stations, where we stream out of, y'all heard it: Pasadena, California, Indianapolis, Indiana, Chicago, and Atlanta, Georgia. And we do have a show, people, that streams out of Germany. Got a chance to listen to them brothers. It's a good show, good mix that they have lined up. So y'all please tap into that as well. Please tap into that. We have good things coming out here. And I got one more announcement, people. One more announcement. Every time I put up this flyer, this is what I'm connected to, and this is what I have going on. Every time I put up this flyer, I always tell y'all, listen, I have somebody who can explain it just a little bit better than I can. So here we go.
Shut down! Shut up! Presents Raw Radio Power 92.3 Show Love Unity Showcase. Sunday, June 23rd at the Loft, 52 Broadway in GI. With performances by Mario Bar, Jay Menace.
It ain't no competition. Who wants to compete with? Say they taking over, but we sleeping nice.
G-Mob of 3P. Also performing live is Skip the Realist, Man D, The General, Zebo, QMOB, and yes, sir, and Raw Radio in the Vibe. We'll be broadcasting live 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. This event is sponsored by 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning and Hazel Crest. Don't miss it.
Y'all heard the ad, baby. It's the Show Love Unity Showcase at the Loft at 752 Broadway, Gary, Indiana, man. Y'all heard it, man, with the performances, and our very own Smooch Wallace will be performing live. And also, people, the Vibe will be recording live from 6 to 10 p.m., y'all. So once again, man, we're doing big things out the studio, man. When I tell you, man, we move with what we do, baby. This is what we do. We move. And also, please purchase your Smooch Section t-shirts. They start at $20, but guess what, baby? If you pre-order, you can be a part of the Smooch Section at the Show Love Unity Showcase. We are also selling tickets for $20 also. So, no, $30. I'm sorry. $30 also. And that $30 ticket also comes with food as well. So you're not just going to listen to the artist perform, but you are also getting some good food as well. So y'all tap in. Please reach out to me or any of one of my other constituents of the Vibe Studios, and we will be able to hook you up. But once again, make sure you purchase your Smooch Section t-shirts so you can be a part of it, baby. So all right, here we are. So listen, man, I thank y'all for tuning in and listening as always to the Jeff Releford Show, because guess what? Without y'all, there would be no show. There would be no reason for me to deliver the content without the people like you who are listening and paying attention and or watching and paying attention. So y'all, I had a good title for this show today. Real good title. I have a good title. It's called Own Your Crazy, baby. I put the baby at the end of it, but you got to own your crazy. Okay. And I'm going to dive into this and I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I mean by you owning your crazy. A lot of times, y'all, we walk around here. A lot of times people walk around here like they have no issues at all. Like they ain't got nothing going on. Like everything is just aligned with the stars. Everything is perfect. But when it comes down time for you, when you in a moment, sometimes you just might blow that bad boy off. Let me tell you something, y'all. You got to own your issues that you have going on in life. You got to own them. Let me tell you something, y'all. Ain't nothing worse than a person who can't own up to the issues that they have. I'm trying to tell you, baby, you got to own your crazy. Own your crazy. And I'm not saying that you are crazy. Everybody always like to say we have a little bit of insanity in us at all times, you know. I would like to say that we've all been through that revolving door of doing the repetitive thing that keeps yielding the same result, which is not progressing us forward, but it's stagnating us because we don't want to look for change. So what you got to do with that, baby? You got to own your crazy. It's okay to say, look, I'm not okay. It's okay to say, I might have some stuff going on right now. I might not want to talk about it. I might not want to deal with it. But at some point in time, that issue is going to be there. Big ups to Dr. J, the comedian. We had him come on. Yo, he was on Rock Truth Radio with me and Mary Selena K, our co-host on Sundays for that on WOSD Radio with Al Greer as the leader of that ship. Shout out, big ups to you, Al Greer. You're doing good things, big brother. And keep doing what you're doing, man. You got a good platform. And that's the show that I'm on, yo. And he came through and he said, you know what? He said, sometimes when you're dealing with people, right? When you deal with people, you have to be okay with what they gonna give you. Like I've had situations where people have just given me, just straight given me the attitude, when in turn, I didn't give them no attitude. Let's be honest, people. I didn't give them no attitude. Perception is everything. I always tell people it's always good to ask questions. It's always good to make sure that you have some type of understanding, right? Always good to make sure you have some type of understanding. But when they gonna go ahead and give you that stuff back, you got to do everything you can to hold your composure, to hold your own peace, because your peace is everything. Gotta remember, man, your peace is everything. You know, we watch a lot of these shows that talk about dating, right? That talk about dating, talk about how to treat your significant other, a spouse, or somebody else in a relationship. But what we tend to do is we tend to take the first little bit of information and we run with it because why? It was relatable to us. And since it was relatable to us, we think that that's how everybody looks at situations. It's not everybody. It's not. This is why I say, own your differences, own your crazy. Own the certain things that you look at. Own the certain things that you look at in this life that might not quite be right. But the only way you do that is by questioning, yo. Let me tell y'all something. Let me give y'all a little hint and a little secret here. It's okay to question the things that you actually believe in. It's okay to question your own thought process and abilities and patterns that you run through all the time. You know, I think we don't want to do that often at times because what it does is it's like when I was talking to my wife about it. It was funny. I was sitting up there talking to my wife about this same particular subject. And she looked at me and she was just telling me everything that she do, how she do it. She was like, babe, am I crazy? I'm like, babe, you normal. You're normal. You're a normal human being. We all have thoughts, right? We all have different ways and different processes and how we do certain things. You're never going to do anything perfect. But like I always tell people, if you're going to do something, do it in excellence. You got to make sure you do it in excellence. Big ups to you, Nino Nagash. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing today, man? Hey, dog, I'm trying to talk to him. I'm trying to let him know what it is, brother. Trying to let him know what it is. Trying to give him that real truth on the day, man. Trying to give him some of that truth. Big ups to you, brother. I thank you for tuning in. And yes, you know, you're normal. You are a normal person. You are a normal human being. So it's own your normal. Own your crazy. Own the fact that you are a little bit different than the next person. And you have to tell yourself, it's okay that I'm that way. It's okay that I'm that way. But you got to make sure that your thought process, okay, the way you do stuff, the way you think ain't too far off on the deep end. An idle mind is the devil's playground. I need y'all to take that seriously. An idle mind is the devil's playground. So it's up to you to make sure you got those thoughts under control. It's up to you to, you have to be able to accept you as the person in which you are. I always tell y'all all the time, every week, ain't it? Know thyself. What's up, Miss Dust? What's going on? How you doing? Coach, I ain't seeing you. You know, you always catch up with me on here on Facebook. I thank you for tuning in to the radio show, Coach Dust. This is what I do every Monday. So please tap in every Monday. We have Motivational Mondays on Biggs Radio Chicago and Miss Dust. If you want to enter in a drawing for $20, go on Biggs Radio Chicago. I'm letting y'all know for the people just tapping in too. Go, all of y'all just tapping in. Go on Biggs Radio Chicago on the Biggs Radio Facebook page, the Biggs Radio Facebook page, okay? And go ahead and leave a comment and let me know that you left that comment, because you will enter in to win $20 with that $20 holler, okay? So Coach Dust, throw it down, girl. Do your thing, okay? Okay, she from Montana, okay. From Montana. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, people. Jeff Releford reaches people everywhere. We just not Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland area, people. We reach people from all areas. I'm trying to tell y'all. So yes, once again, thank you for tuning in, Coach Dust. And y'all go ahead, once again, own your crazy. It's okay. You got to make sure that your ideas and your thoughts aren't too far off on the deep end. Like I said, idle mind is the devil's playground, baby. Idle mind is the devil's playground. You got to keep yourself fueled up with those positive thoughts. And I understand, I'm not telling people it's easy to do every day. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that what you have to do is you have to put yourself in a position to receive good. And the way that you put yourself in a position to receive good is to accept the good that's around you already. Y'all want to know why some of y'all can't advance in business? I'll tell you why. It's because y'all keep focusing on all the bad stuff and y'all have not done all the research to see all the good. And if bad does come within that good, y'all always saying it's a L. It's not a loss. It's a lesson learned. If you reprogram this, and let me say this too, it just don't have to be successful in business, baby. You'll be successful in everything if you take the time to reprogram this. Come on now. It takes work to do that. It takes work. I'm not going to sit up here, look you in the face and say, oh, no, baby, it's easy. Because that joker is not easy all the time. It is not easy all the time. Sometimes you might have to go to certain resources, like a book, maybe. Maybe you might have to purchase Redirect, Shift of the Mindset. You know, it's something that helps people out. It's an interactive workbook, and it's filled with 20 quotes from Life Coach Jeff, and you get to log about it. Maybe you need to track your feelings and your emotions, you know? Maybe you need to see where you're at on a day-to-day in order to gauge who you are as a person. I'm telling you, man, it gets a little, when you start talking about that stuff, it always gets a little thick in the air, baby. The humidity cranks up a little bit when you start talking about that. It's always harder for people to breathe because that's the fact of it. That's the fact of it. You have to realize and know that at some point in time, when it's all said and done, you sit back at home and you chilling and you have time to yourself. You have to remember that you are always in control of your own destiny. Of your own destiny. Ain't nobody sitting up here patting you on the back. Ain't nobody waiting for you to go ahead and get done with it on your own. Nobody gonna sit up here and tell you good job. You might have some people that will tell you good job along the way if they're paying attention, if they're close enough looking at you. You might have a couple people tell you that. But for the most part, internally, when we start looking at self-development is, it comes from within, people. It's from within. So, but still, you have to own your crazy. Own your crazy. Own the issues and all the little stuff that you got going on. Because if you're not willing to do that, that right there is the first step to internal growth. Come on, man. Yeah, I know y'all get tired of this because y'all don't like accountability. I know y'all don't like accountability. I know y'all think when somebody says something like this, y'all are being told what to do. But if you go ahead and you actually listen to your quote unquote gurus and the people that you follow already, they're not saying stuff that's too far off from what I'm saying. If you're able to listen, if you're able to go ahead and listen to Dave Ramsey talk about changing your mindset, listen, you've already started the process. All you got to do is follow it all the way through. This is what your boy is here for. Try to let y'all know, man. Trying to feed y'all a little bit of that truth, because when it slaps you in the face, you gonna get knocked down. Y'all, any of y'all ever had a realization about yourself? You ever sat down one day and you actually truly had a realization about yourself? You was just chilling. You felt like you had your Paul on the Damascus Road moment, right? Some of y'all might know what that story is, but it's just Paul on Damascus Road. He was killing Christians and all that other stuff, and God blinded him. Have y'all ever been blinded to see something? Real talk. I ain't saying it's got to be from God, but I'm just saying, have you ever had the aha moment? Have you ever sat back and said to yourself, you know what? Dang, this might be me for real. This might be me for real. And when you actually thought about it, were you honest with yourself? That's what it is, baby. Were you honest with yourself? Were you honest with yourself in that moment to say, look, this is what I did. This is what I attracted. And then this is the end result of what's coming from that, based only solely on the actions that I did. Did you? I ain't saying everybody perfect, but I'm just saying, did you do some self-reflection this week? Or did you do it last week? I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of grace, because we just started off this week, okay? And Sunday was just yesterday. Now we on Monday. But from this point on for the week, do you plan on doing some type of self-reflection? Do you plan on it? Do you plan on looking at you and the faults that other people might have said that you have, or nobody said it to you at all? Are you just willing to take be like Shrek and look at yourself and say, hey, ogres are like onions. We have layers. Guess what? Newsflash, people. People are like onions. We all have layers to us. There was meaning in the movie. If you haven't seen Shrek, I encourage you, please watch Shrek. That ogre was spitting some wisdom throughout that movie. I encourage you, please check it out. Check it out, please. Because you got to understand, man, it takes that self-development. It takes that inward of look at it. It takes you owning your crazy, owning your own uniqueness, your own intrinsic thoughts, owning your own dynamics in life, the quirks that you might have, the things that might not seem normal to other people, but they're normal to you. Ask yourself that question. Am I too far-fetched? Is it too different? Or am I just right? Because I tell you to ask these questions, because in order to make all this come full circle, and we'll take it on a personal level too, in order to really look at all this, in order to love yourself, that's a real big part of that. In order to love yourself truly, you have to be able to look at yourself and look at those good, bad, and ugly parts of you. Because good and bad, you could have something good and you could have something bad and you could flip that to good. But that ugly takes something you got to do. That ugly takes some self-reflection. That ugly, it takes some looking back and saying, okay, could I have attacked this situation a little bit differently? What could I have done to make all of this better for me? Or create a situation that could be a little bit better for the people around me. Because let's say people working in groups is real. Let's tell you something. You want to know why a lot of groups don't succeed? A lot of groups don't succeed because one person gets a big head. And I'm going to tell you this. There's a difference between a big head and helping. Okay? There's a difference. A big head has an ego. A big head always believes that they're right about everything. A big head that has a problem with just staying in his lane or her lane. That's what an ego does. But when you want to help, you do everything that you can to aid the success and the vision. But everybody has to play a part. So let's cycle it down to me real quick. Let's just cycle it down and dumb it down. For anybody who has a job who was on the low end of the spectrum, I'm sitting right here before you, and I am a radio personality. I do my job. There's still certain things I have to do. There's certain things I still have to adhere to. Now, I'm not going to get it right 100% of the time. I've sat up here and listened to other people's shows. Nobody gets it right 100% of the time. Nobody gets it right 100% of the time. But I still have an obligation to do the directives, the tasks that are involved with this. Same with you. You got to go ahead and be able to do the task that's involved with where you're trying to go. You know, there's no ego involved when somebody is in a position and they want to help. You know, no ego involved. You have to know and you have to read how you can aid and benefit the people around you. If it's with your audience, it's with your audience. If it's with your content, it's with your content. If it's with you just making a mention and having connections and linking people full circle to come back around to where everything started or where it's at, or just introducing people, go ahead. Use your strength to the best of your ability. But the only way you're going to know you have them strengths, baby, is you got to own that crazy first. Ooh. Own you crazy. Separate it a little bit. You know, do your thing with it. Letitia, what's up, Letitia Marie? How are you doing, girl? Good evening. I thank you for tuning in to the Jeff Releford Show today. How are you today? Oh, have you been listening long enough to hear about that $20 holler, girl? You've been listening? Hey, chat. Yeah, that's right. Talk to the chat. Let them know. Hey, what's going on? Let the people know what's going on. Yes. Did you hear about that $20 holler? Because I'm about to mention it again. Listen, if you go on Biggs Radio Chicago, now I keep saying Chicago. It's just the Biggs Radio page on Facebook. And if you go ahead, you comment. I always say just throw in a picture though. You know, let the people know you're excited because you want that money. You will enter in a drawing to win $20. That's what you'll do. Because you were listed on one of Biggs Radio's big radio networks shows here. Try to no, see, girl, that's why I'm telling you, girl. Enter into that $20 holler. Please do. Please do. Go ahead and comment right now on Biggs Radio and inbox me and let me know when you do that. Okay, let me know when you do that. Jeff Releford. You can find me on Facebook. Just hit the search, Jeffrey Releford, Life Coach Jeff. You'll see a picture of me right there on the thing. And then let me know when you did that, and you'll enter into a drawing to win $20. I will go ahead and I will announce it next week on the show. That's how we're gonna play that. All right. So you go that you go that route, Letitia. You enter in so you can get you some big money, okay? Because it's for everybody. All right. Because it's a good thing we got going on, yo. We just want to help some people. You know, times are hard for people. So why don't we just give away a little something? You know, why don't we just give away a little something? Help you out. But once again, everybody, telling y'all, be successful out here. You know, own you crazy. Know the little things that go on in your life that accept the fact that you're not good every time. Own the things that are there in your life, the situations that are there in the world. Please do. Understand and know that all the time things happen. It's never going to be 100 or 1,000% all the time. But if it is, know your worth. Big ups to Greg Gray, the homie Greg Gray. What it do, my man? Yes, know your worth, people. You got to know your worth out here. And that man is a mentor of mine. So I have a lot of respect for Greg Gray, man. My man, he has taught me a lot of the stuff that I know today. That man threw some stuff at me and boom. We implement, baby. We don't play around over here with Jeff Releford. We try to make some stuff happen. No, I ain't gonna say we try. We do. We make things happen. That's how we roll. But yes, that man says, know your worth. How much are you worth? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Have you ever asked yourself that question? How much are you worth? I know how much I'm worth. Sometimes how much I'm worth, it might be too much for people. But you got to believe in yourself. You got to know what you bring to the table. You got to know what you're offering, and you have to know what you're offering people. It helps them. Once again, people, what did I say? You don't want to have no ego in this when you're trying to help. All you got to do is get behind whatever mic, whatever camera, or however you choose to help somebody and just do you. You don't need to step in nobody else's lane. You don't need to step in no boundaries. You don't need to do none of that. Just do you, baby. That's all it takes. You know, because I'm telling you, for me, there's no such thing as egos at the top. It's just partnerships. Partnerships and relationships, baby. Partnerships and relationships at the top. No room for ego, even on the lower end of things. When you're starting off trying to get something kicked off, it is not about the ego. Get information. A lot of the information is free. What did my man Greg say? He said, you soak it up like a sponge. That's the sign of success, people. Listen and implement. Yeah. Come on, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is the man who I got it from. So when it's out here for free, you better get it. Listen and implement. Listen and implement. Come on, man. And when you see, this is why the title of today is Own Your Crazy, because own your crazy encompasses a number of things. When you own your crazy, that means you're able to accept something. This is where listening and implementing comes into play, because in order to be successful and in order to be great, you have to listen and then do. You can't get around that part. You can't get around that part at all. If you just choose to listen, you'll never implement. And a lot of ideas, you just can't implement every idea, because every idea does not fit where you're trying to go. Ooh. Dial back a little bit. Remember, everything that you try to implement does not always fit where you are trying to go specifically. You got to be honed in. Don't have tunnel vision. Always look at the goodness and the light that's around you, because there are resources for you everywhere. That's why I don't like trying to tell people to have tunnel vision. You can be laser focused, but let's not have no tunnel vision. Tunnel vision blocks you off and it keeps you focused on the center when there could be something that could come from the top and just get you. Y'all ever watch them scary videos, them jump scare videos that make you do on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube? Somebody will send you a quick short or something and you be all immersed and you're like, dang, what's going on? And you get scared. That's because why? You had tunnel vision. You were so laser focused on that video because there was some information in that video that you thought you were supposed to look at. They inserted the thing just jumping out at you to make you scared. That's what I mean, people. Stay laser focused on where you're trying to go, but always have access open to other realms and possibilities around you. And owning your crazy is a part of that. Owning your crazy is a part of that. Owning those things that you do, like what did I say before? Those quirks, those things that make you different. And crazy is just the attention getter. Come on now, y'all know how this works. It don't necessarily have to be crazy, but you need to be able to assess and know if it is something that does have a hold on you. You got to be able to assess and know if it's something that has a hold on you. I will tell you, there are a number of things that do have a hold on me right now. And what I'm learning to do is I'm in transition right now with learning how those specific things fit into your life. Because what did I just get done telling you? I said, every opportunity ain't always a good opportunity for you. Every path that you go down ain't always the best path for you. So sometimes you got to take a look back. You got to assess, see where you're at, and see if that specific goal is going to work for you. Come on. Got to pay attention. What my mentor talked about again. I'm telling you, giving y'all some stuff today. He said, all facts. Jeff Releford, personality, philanthropist, content creator, mentor. You wear many hats. Love what you do and how you move. That's dope. Thanks, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. You know, and it's a lot of times, y'all want to tell y'all, when y'all start moving around in these realms and you really take a look at yourself, you know, you want to make sure whatever you do it well, and make sure you just fall right into these categories, fall right into these steps. And a lot of these places I didn't ask to be in. You know, a lot of times this stuff just happens, but you have to make sure you're ready to answer the call. Make sure you're ready to answer the call. Don't be scared to invest in yourself too. Let me tell y'all something. Investing in yourself is one of the best things that you could ever do in your life. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why investing in yourself is one of the best things you could do in your life, because what it does is it sets you apart from other people. I'm not talking about just driving and going places and making yourself known and making appearances. You can make connections, but what are you investing in to make whatever you have now better? It takes money to do that. What type of money are you making so that you could go ahead and invest in what it is that you want right now that is going to make you, excuse me. Sorry if y'all heard that belch. Sorry about that. What are you doing right now that you are going to invest in, that you have sitting right in front of you to end up making whatever it is that you want to do great and better? That's what it takes. Investment is money. Investment is time. Sometimes I think we tend to forget about that part because we get so enamored in what, after you make the investment and you start doing something, people take notice of what you do. And when people tend to take notice of what you do, you like, oh, wow, this person sees this. Listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all come in and get close to your speaker. Get close to your speaker if you listen on the radio, and get close to the camera if you're watching me. Okay. That comes along with the territory. Do I have to say that again? Let me say that again. Get close to the speaker if you're on the radio, okay? Or get close to the camera so you can really pay attention to this. When you start moving and it sounds good to people and it looks good to people, when people notice you, that comes along with the territory. And I'm going to leave it right there. And then I'm going to come back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. We're going to take a quick break real fast. And we will be right back on the Jeff Releford Show. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Jeff Releford. And I thank you for joining me on the Jeff Releford Show. Because listen, you could have been doing anything else today, right? But you chose on your way home from work, or if you just at home chilling, to tune in to the Jeff Releford Show. Now, real quick, I want to say this to you. Go ahead, tell your friends and family to download the Online Radio Box app to your Android or your Apple device. So that way you can go ahead and listen to us on the go. And what you do is from there, you type in Biggs Radio Chicago. Okay, Biggs Radio Chicago. And also listen to our sister stations in Indianapolis, Indiana, Pasadena, California, Atlanta, Georgia. And once again, you are kicking it with Jeff Releford on the Jeff Releford Show on Biggs Radio Chicago, the voice of a new generation. Let's go. Come on, baby. What did I say? It's going to be a real quick break, but y'all heard it, baby. We are here on the Jeff Releford Show on Biggs Radio Chicago, the voice of a new generation. Once again, man, I thank every one of y'all for listening and paying attention. Listening, paying attention, tuning in for the day, because I'm trying to drop these nuggets, man. Trying to drop these nuggets to y'all, man, because it's a lot of stuff that we listen to, we watch, we going through. And right before I get into this $20 holla, gotta let y'all know how it's gonna go. Let's shout out to some of the listeners and the viewers, people. Big ups to Teresa Keys, Montrika Grace, Shantae Hunter, Carly Rainey, Lori Dust, homeboy Nino Nagash, who is also a part of the Biggs radio team, Holly Cisa, and Nikisha Kenyatta Spiller. Boom. And there's many more, but them just the names that I can pull out real quick. And I thank y'all for tuning in. Oh, big ups to the chat too. Hold on. Letitia Marie. And also Mr. Greg Gray, who was the mentor, who was blowing up and helping out at the moment. That's what's up, man. Hey, I appreciate these interactions. I say anybody who's interacting in the comments always helps. And if y'all want to interact in comments, man, y'all check me out on Facebook and YouTube, man. Come on. We stream this on Facebook and YouTube so we could give y'all a little bit more. Because sometimes some people like visuals, right? So we offer a visual side to the radio hookup too, just to let y'all know. So, all right, y'all, what did my man say? He said, super facts. You just made a huge point. Once you invest in yourself, others will see that you know your worth. That's right. And they will invest in you in many ways. You won't have to ask. They will ask you. Now your value will increase. And I see get your brand to do the talking. And that's true. You know what I mean? A lot of times what we do is we're not willing to invest in the content that we putting out there. A lot of times, it takes a lot. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I also have a podcast as well. And with this podcast, a lot of times it's just me. I gotta talk for 2 hours a week. I don't know about y'all, but if any one of y'all got on a camera, in front of a camera, and talked to people for an hour repetitively. What I mean by repetitively and consistently is every week. Baby, I do this every week, man. That's why I know this is a gift. That's why I know this is something that's supposed to be cultivated, created, keep adding and building on to. That's just me specifically. I recognize that within me, but you also have to see the greatness within yourself as well. And that comes with owning your crazy. That comes with owning your crazy. Look, everything that you go through on this journey, whether it's entertainment, whether it's TV, radio, acting, anything like that, or just you trying to work on your self-development in general, you gonna have to go through some stuff, baby. You have to go through something. And a lot of times what happens is we ready to crap out. We ready just to be done. I've had situations where people just are they were ready to be done and hadn't even exhausted all possibilities yet. Didn't even want to see how the possibility was gonna work. I'm gonna have a story to tell in a while here. Y'all just wait a little bit. I'm gonna have to have a story to tell. I'm not gonna use any names, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just bring up the situation, and I will want y'all to assess this situation on the latest show. I'll announce it. I'll let y'all know when I'm gonna talk about it, and I really want y'all to hone in because there's a part of this that when you start looking at opportunities, people, how things are working, you always have to be mindful of who you are in bed with, people. Okay? What I mean by who you have the relationship with. Everybody does not always have your specific. Once again, if you really got to hear this part again, get close to the speaker. Okay? Get close to the speaker or get close to the camera so you can see it. Everybody does not have your best specific interest at heart. Some people, they only invite you on for things that you could provide for them because they see your worth. But the only way you see your worth is by what? What did I say earlier, people? Investing in yourself. People will treat you the same way if they see that all you're doing is giving out the same quality and the same standard all the time. People will treat you to that quality and that standard. They will. That's just how it goes. So if I put in $100 worth of work, that's what you go get in terms of quality. $100 worth of work. Now, if I put in $1,000 worth of work, oh, now we cooking with grease. 2,000, push it 3,000, 4,000. Oh, now we cooking with something. Now we might have a little something to shift the tide. Now, I'm not saying that a dollar amount is everybody's worth. Sometimes that worth can be the information. Like I've been dealing with a lot of people, and information has been great currency for me lately because all that's done has allowed me to just do the research. So then later on I can apply. We got big things coming up, man. When I tell y'all something, when I see stuff, I study it. Now, some of y'all might not like this. Some people listening and watching, they y'all know how I roll. Some of y'all understand what I'm saying. Whenever, now I'm going to drop some game on y'all. Let me back up a little bit. Let me get right in the seat. Now, listen. The best way for you to become successful at anything that you want to do. Now, listen, we done been through the whole owning your crazy part. We done been through the whole looking at what you got right in front of you and saying, okay, I'm going through these ups and downs, and admit that. Once you do that, the best way for you to be successful is to watch and listen. Now, come on. The best way for you to be successful is to watch and listen. Some of the most dangerous. Come on, people. Let me scoot in. Because see, now we talk about something. See, on Saturday, I sat with a shark. Okay. There are a couple people in my camp that I can sit up here and I have the opportunity to sit down and bounce back off ideas and forth and such with. And these few people that I do have, they sharks out here. Saturday was nothing less of that. Went out with my guy. We was at a rooftop bar, 3 layers. Big ups to my cousin. Shout out to him because he referred us to the place. But when you start looking at these, see, we got 15 more minutes, people. I'm about to drop y'all these nuggets, man, because when you're sitting down with somebody who's observant and who watches everything and that can break things down and look at every detail. Remember when I told you you have to really look at things and see if they fit you, if they fit your brand, if they work. That's what I mean, people. You have to be. DJ K. Caesar sat down and sat right in the chair across from me. And he said he would go to other people's shows. Okay, when they were DJing. He would go to other people's shows. They wouldn't even know that he would be back there. And he was writing down their playlists. Writing down what was hot. Writing down how they moved in their process. Oh, and a lot of times some people think they're being very elusive with the process. But I'm going to tell you something, when you see enough people do it so many times, it's the same. We are all doing the same exact thing. Once you get that in your head, that we all have to go through the same systems, processes, and channels in order to be successful. Once you finally get that part, it'll all click for you. Like, for instance, I'm watching the guy right now who we doing some stuff with. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell you, look, Show Love Unity Showcase, man, Sean Dale and everything. Look, you got to study the people who are ahead of you, people. Look at how the man does his events. You can make money off your following too. A lot of people can. A lot of people can go ahead and create an audience, generate buzz, build something. You could do that off what you have right now with your brand. It'll take some work, but all you got to do is do it. And you have to start somewhere. And you cannot be afraid of the outcome of what the first advancement is going to do for you, what the first movement is going to do, because the name of the game in order to do all of this is consistency. Come on, man. I'm trying to give y'all some keys. I'm trying to give y'all some nuggets, because a lot of times in order to be successful in whatever we want to do, what tends to happen is we think that the mission is too big. But I'm going to tell you something. To recreate, that was the nugget, people. That was what you wanted to have your pen and paper out for. To recreate takes little to no effort. When you're trying to reinvent the wheel, that is when you run into problems. I'm going to say that one more time. Get close to the camera if you have to see it, or get close to your speaker if you need to listen to it. And I don't care who listened, I don't care who watched, because this is the truth, man. This is how you move quickly. This is how you make moves fast. Because the goal is not to reinvent the wheel. When you start learning and getting information, you want to study and learn the process. You need to study and learn the process. Once you study and learn the process. Now, once again, people, this is after we didn't own the crazy. This is after we done accepted who we are. We done learned a little bit about ourselves. We know that there are going to be ups and downs and things that we have to go through in this life. The next step is to study the process. Okay? These keys that Greg put in here, talk about once you invest in yourself, knowing your worth, let your brand do the talking for you. These are all simple foundations that every person who had a dream, who had an idea, and who implemented had to follow. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, study the process. It's always when we get to this part. This is when people think the ideas get too big. People think that the dreams become too much. People think that, the work that I have to put in, I don't want to have to put in a lot of work. But nobody said success was going to be free. See, I have never met anybody yet who just literally walked into something, they gave it to them, and it was already set up. I ain't never met nobody like that yet. And if you have met somebody like that, show it to me. If I wait in the comments, I wait to get a call after the show. I wait for all of it. If you have seen it, show them to me. Have them sit right here at the studio and I'll interview them myself. And I'll say, man, how did you just walk into this? And it can't be a rich family. Can't be a family with money. Can't be that. Because usually families who have money, it's easy to get stuff going off the ground. But guess what? They still have that same foundation. They got to start it. They got to start it. They have to study. They have to learn systems and processes. What I'm trying to tell all y'all people is it don't matter what level you at. It don't matter how much money you got. It don't matter how much you're willing to invest. What matters is you have to always get the basic foundation of something in order to expand upon it. You can't. That's just how it works, yo. You can't deviate from that part. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. The only way you get your idea and dream to grow is by studying the system and the processes. Now that takes time. For some of y'all, some of y'all might be like me on the other end. Some of y'all might be like me. Y'all might get something, hear some information, boom, run with it and go. Or some of y'all might want to be a little more skillful and tactful with it. You know, it's always nice to tell people, oh, free game, better listen. I'm trying. Greg, let them know, man. See that it's all about the wordings of the show, man. People's gonna listen and tune in. They didn't know they was gonna get this today. Maybe I might have to do a show specifically just for the business owners out there. Just for the business owners, you know, because a lot of times I've noticed when you create the content, people listen, they think it's for the common man. But a lot of stuff, we drop them nuggets in there because we are seeing some success out here and we want to see everybody win. So the reason why we drop the free game, people, is because all this information that I'm getting and giving to you was given to me, or I made the correlation and the connection myself. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you how Greg, I'm going to throw this in there. I'm going to throw this in there, how my mentor kind of has done stuff for me. Greg didn't tell me a lot of stuff directly. The biggest thing that he told me was to know my worth. Now, Greg has been telling me this ever since he's met me, ever since he's been in my face, ever since I have known him. He has said, Jeff, you don't see it. Jeff, you don't know your worth. He had been telling me that. And I ain't gonna lie if I told you I wasn't a little upset, because I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? What do you mean? I see it. Nah, baby. My boy was right. He been saying, like he said, day one. He been saying this joker since day one. And it was recently when we just had a conversation. And he was like, Jeff, there it is. And I'm like, okay. Now I see it. Now I get it. Now I understand what he was saying, because a lot of times these things, when you have somebody in your life that can guide you down the path, he already told me he didn't want to give me the steps all the way through. He already sat up here and told me, Jeff, you might skip steps. But when we were talking, he said, Jeff, you've already went through, you didn't pass these steps already. Okay, now you're here because you already got that part. I didn't even have to explain it to you. But this is what studying and listening to the process will get you. Okay? I'm trying to tell y'all, that's what it will get you. Yo, I've been at this since 2019. I ain't been at it that long. Especially the podcasting part has only been 2.5 years. Podcasting, I've been only doing Biggs Radio, Chicago, only literally for since February, March. Not long, people. Not long. So when I sit up here and I tell you, and I say all that to say this, there's a level of consistency that you have to have with this. I know people right now who are lazy when it comes to their shows. I have talked to these people and had to reconvince them to start up what they're doing again, because they get that lack of people wanting to listen. They think nobody wants to listen. They think they don't have a voice. Quite frankly, honestly, they just don't believe in what they're doing. I'm saying all this because I've sat down and I've talked to the people myself. I'm telling you where all this is coming from, because I've had an ear. I've been the ear. And then once I give them simple keys and instructions, now you got two choices. Like I had two choices with my mentor. You can either take it or you can leave it where it's at. You ain't got to pick up what he put in front of you. You can either take it or you can leave it. But if you're going to choose to take it, you best believe if you take it, you got to be ready for the ride. Because now what you've done is you've unlocked the amount of information that you're willing to unlock. I'm trying to tell you. And look, come on, man. And see, to validate this, Greg said, I can tell you a story. He said, and I can confirm the manifestation of your journey. The truth is easy to listen to. And people, that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Jeff Releford just stayed out here. I'm not doing this just to gain whatever for myself. And I think that at the root cause of everything, we have to understand that when it comes down to being successful and wanting to manifest your goals and your dreams, okay? It's never for clout. What did I say? I said this in the middle of the show before we took the break. I said, whenever you get noticed by people for the works that you do, and people tell you they love what you do, that comes along with the territory of you moving in the space that you're supposed to be in. That's a natural reaction when you're doing something good. People will want to compliment you and say, hey, you're doing a good job. I'm going to listen. I'm going to tap in. I'm going to like. I'm going to share. I'm going to follow. That comes along with the territory. So it's not to get so enamored by the celebrity portion of it. Sit back and you let people come to you. You don't always have to go out seeking everybody. Man, okay. Woo. Okay, baby. Man, look here. We got 4 minutes. Okay. We got 4 minutes. You know, like I said, people, I do the best I can to go ahead. I love to give y'all this stuff every week. Let me see. What am I saying? We'll make this be the last comment. Greg said, facts, never for clout. Moving in the space you're supposed to be in. Words to live by. Thank you for those words, bro. Hey, man, it's no problem, dog. If I didn't have great people like you behind me, sir, I'm gonna be honest. If I didn't have great people like you behind me to go ahead and to really implement the words that were given to me, because you have to implement words that are given to you and turn it into something. You have to take nothing, literally nothing, because a word is nothing. It's nothing tangible that you could have right in front of you, unless you spell it out or whatever. But a word is nothing, and you have to literally take those words and create something out of it. Sir, if I didn't have that, I would still be right here fumbling around with that camera trying to figure out what to do with it, sir. Honestly. So, I hope your boy gave you something that you can walk away with today. I hope you walked away feeling a little bit empowered. I hope you walked away really owning your crazy. Know that owning your crazy and owning the fact that you have issues and certain things will go on with you. No one is exempt from it. But just know that that's the first step to get to this point here. So, and remember, people, always, you got to go through a little something to get somewhere. Your issues might not be as big as the next person's, but it's still you having to go through that process, going through those systems in order to really get it. Sometimes shut up and listen to people, because there's a lot of stuff that I've said to people who are ahead of me and they started implementing and it worked. So, all right, y'all. Hey, guess what, boy? I got to let y'all know about this $20 holler real quick before we get off. For the listeners and the people that are watching, all you need to do is go on the Biggs Radio Facebook page. And if you go ahead and comment, please let me know when you do that. Let me know when you comment, okay? Inbox me personally. Let me know when you comment. Or I always like to say, just jazz it up. Take a little picture of yourself, too. And you can enter to win the $20 holler. Now, listen, what's going to happen is next week, I will announce the winner of the $20 holler. And we're going to go from there, everybody. But we've been doing this for the month of June. I know I announced it last week or the week before, but I don't think, y'all don't be paying attention like that. And I had a lot of announcements too. But now we honing in on it a little bit better for y'all. So y'all, please enter to win that $20 holler. Once again, go to the Biggs Radio Facebook page. Leave a comment, please, and inbox me and let me know you left that comment. And then what will happen is you will be entered in to win $20 for the $20 holler. All right, y'all. It's 6 o'clock and we're going to be getting out of here for Nino on the Gas real quick so he can come on with his mixtape Monday. And then you will hear Donnelly Biggs from 8 to 10 p.m. So, all right, y'all. Remember, it's your boy, Life Coach Jeff. And remember, redirect, regroup, refocus. I love y'all. Peace out. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Jeff Releford, and I thank you for joining me on the Jeff Releford Show. Because listen, you could have been doing anything else today, right? But you chose on your way home from work, or if you just at home chilling, to tune in to the Jeff Releford Show. Now, real quick, I want to say this to you. Go ahead, tell your friends and family to download the Online Radio Box app to your Android or your Apple device. So that way you can go ahead and listen to us on the go. And what you do is from there, you type in Biggs Radio Chicago. Okay? Biggs Radio Chicago. And also listen to our sister stations in Indianapolis, Indiana, Pasadena, California, Atlanta, Georgia. And once again, you are kicking it with Jeff Releford on the Jeff Releford Show on Biggs Radio Chicago, the voice of a new generation. Let's